everybody. This is episode 2, right? We're on episode 2, even though we've done like 5 fucking episodes. But welcome to Death by Exile 101 podcast, episode 2.0, CCP episode gone. The fucking president or whatever axed it. Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh. And then we lost a whole bunch of other shit because my dumbass doesn't know how to mix volumes, so whatever. All right, so what's on the agenda, Art? What are we talking about today?
All right, so first thing we gotta do is to, on the last episode, get back at, is we have to talk about the update for the UPS driver.
Yeah, what happened with that guy?
On the last episode, we talked about this driver in Roseburg, Oregon, who basically he does the same job I do. I'm a feeder driver for UPS, and one day, well, many days actually, because several times he's done this. He drives south across the border to like drop trailers off for California. Mm-hmm. Well, every once in a blue moon, he likes to shoot at people from the truck.
California.
So yeah, what happened was every once in a while he would shoot off his handgun he would have in his truck with him at people.
Just cause.
And he did this for a while, and then because he bid that job in May, so he's been doing it until he got caught. I want to say in July.
Yeah.
So what happened was he shot at someone because it's such a small world. He shot someone who happened to work at the center he worked at.
That's the best.
Yeah. So they recognized him, and he pleaded non-guilty. But they found the gun in question. Several people say it was him in his giant UPS truck that was shooting at them out of boredom. And it's
he's like, "Are you sure it was me?" It's like, "Yes, Greg."
Yeah, I'm following his trial, but I love anyone that says not guilty to something that you're clearly guilty of. There's never like a no contest or like let me do a plea bargain. It's like I'm not guilty.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit,
yeah.
right?
And then the second thing on the agenda for old business.
Damn, Art, you should have stretched that out for like 15 minutes, man. You just got right to the point.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. What's the next thing?
My friend Eddie came up with this concept.
Okay.
I've been talking,
yes.
The religion's a very hot topic.
Very.
My buddy Eddie came up with this idea. He swears he doesn't remember coming up with it, but I remember this vividly.
Those are the best ideas.
Yeah,
when the person that comes up with it forgets it.
He also came up with some other really bad ideas too, but this was a good one.
Yeah, let's not talk about those.
There's a pretty bad one. But one of them he came up with was the idea, we call it LARPing for Christ.
There we go.
And what you do is, no one likes church. It's boring as fuck. The attendants are low. Nobody wants to give money to them.
That it is.
Because they don't pay taxes anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
But a way to get people to join your congregation or just visit or even donate money to it would be the idea of LARPing, which is live action role playing.
Hell yeah.
But you do it with religion.
There we
how
go.
you do it is you just reenact old Bible battles.
Yes. That sounds amazing.
Give them like those phone cord swords, and they just go gather in a soccer field, and they beat the shit out of each other for my entertainment. And then what you do is you get other religions involved too. So you get like the Jews, and like
some Muslims in there.
Yeah, like the Saracens would be Islamic people. And you just have these. God damn
it. See, she's doing God's work. Art.
Yeah.
Is that what is this, amateur hour?
Motherfucker. Hold on. Anyway, that's going in.
No, I just stopped it.
Okay.
If I had known that was going to be gold, I would have kept it going, but fuck me.
Yeah, but are we running it?
Yeah, we're going.
Right, so, yeah, LARPing for Christ.
It's live.
You just get them to, that would be, wouldn't you go pay money?
Hell yeah. I'd like to see some Muslims beat up some Jews and some Christians. That'd be fucking dope.
Have to do the battles that, are in, the Bible.
Yeah, definitely.
And beat the shit out of each other. And it's, your thing that you get to, it's this kind of tight.
Yeah.
And all those people who go super aggro on Facebook about religion, they just get their cardio out on that. And then it becomes their thing.
That'd be dope, man.
LARPing for Christ.
That would be great to just see a crowd of people just wailing on each other dressed up like black Israelites and shit.
Like Templars and or
Knights Templars.
The Knights Templar versus or the when the Maccabee Jews fucking
there
you
David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Or you have a fucking
the David and Goliath one I thought would be cool if you get somebody on stilts.
Yeah.
And then you get to hit them with a rock.
Have them have like foam muscles and shit.
Yeah, like they just like with like one of those Thanos costumes.
Yeah, you could get UFC involved in that too. You could brand that out. You could diversify
because there's always
that.
been like when I grew up, there was always like churches that would have like their skateboarding events.
Okay.
And then what it was is like they built ramps and stuff like that, and then they would have skating.
Christ.
And then they would like try to read you Bible verses, But there's also Christianity has tried to get into skateboarding so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like there is a Christian association of skateboarding.
Wow.
And what it is like it's like religious sect like sponsor skaters, make sports and stuff like that, but everything is in the name of Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
And like whatever, skateboarding is fun stuff.
Do you think there's like an offshoot of that for Buddhists?
No, definitely not.
Board for Buddha?
No, there's no. I guarantee there's no Jew skaters or
Hindu skaters
or Islam. No, there's Christianity always tries to brand itself in popular culture.
That is very true. Yeah, there's how many versions of Jesus is there? I mean, they turned him white for Christ's sake.
Like what's the Pureflix, the Netflix,
the
Christian Netflix?
Dude, those movies are kind of hot.
Those movies fucking suck. Like I
remember,
my aunt like sent me. She's like, you need to watch this movie. It's called God's Not Dead. You need to watch it. And I was like, I felt bad. I felt bad because like, dude, I did watch it.
God's dead, dude.
I did watch it. I did watch it.
We killed him.
It's a terrible movie that makes no sense.
Oh man.
And the whole point of the movie is that this kid goes to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his I don't know if it's ethics. Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, is his teacher. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Remember Legend of Hercules?
Yeah.
Xena Warrior Princess?
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo is his teacher.
That dude was a hunk.
And I think he is. I want to say he's an ethics teacher or he's a philosophy teacher, which is both dumb.
And is he the bad guy?
He's like, he's like, if you're not an atheist, you can't pass my class.
Ooh.
So I don't care what school you go to, that guy would have been fired automatically.
Definitely.
There's no place you can go where you can either push religion or push
secular thought and not like, and everyone's cool with it. And somehow this kid's the first one to be like, no, I'm going to prove to you that God could exist and pass your class. Wow.
But the movie's so like the thing about Christian movies is they just can't do one thing.
Yeah.
Plot point. So they do a bunch of other ones. Like this chick finds out she gets cancer.
Oh shit.
And the only reason and her cancer gets cured because she finds religion.
Oh man.
The dumbest shit ever. Or then there's like this chick who's like a Muslim chick, right?
Uh-huh.
But secretly,
she's a Christian.
She listens to Christian pop music.
Oh my god!
MP3 player.
How fucking rebellious!
Yes,
her.
So rebellious to listen to Christian pop music on
Someone's
your
gonna
MP3
get smoked.
Player. And her dad like catches her and stuff. Like her brother rats her out like a
fucking narc.
Yeah, dude. Like a fucking male Muslim would fucking hate on it.
Whoa!
Yeah, you get brownie points. That way. But yeah, really, that's what she's listening to.
Okay.
She's listening to Christian pop music. That's her rebellious. And she's not listening to fucking rap or fucking like
punk.
Yeah, it's fucking that. By the way, the band she's listening to happens to also pop up in the movie too, because
no way.
It's also just like to get that band PR too. This movie,
dude, like I said, when the band shows up, do they say the title of the
Christians
movie?
They're Scientologists. People think Scientologists are bad. Like Christians are like fucking on point when it comes to PR.
Hell yeah!
Like they're getting that shit. Every fucking thing in that movie.
Have you heard that new Kanye album? Come on now, man.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
But the whole point of the movie is this kid uses like shitty logic that doesn't make any sense to like show his teacher that he is wrong by using Bible verses and then trying to use like scientists' like theories and show that they also match up with religious Bible verses, but they don't. They butcher it completely. Like there's this, I can't say verbatim, but he throws out there like he's like, scientists believe that the Big Bang happened and then like, plants are born and stuff like that. And he's like, well, then he reads a Bible verse saying that like, like God, like that's something that's in the Bible. Like God said, let there be light and then the world was made. That's not what the Big Bang Theory is about. It's about expansion and the idea that like the possibility of matter and atoms came to be. Like when the Big Bang happened, just like it didn't shoot out a bunch of fucking like planets with like oxygen and life on it. It wasn't billions. Like it took millions and billions of years for like space dust to like form together through gravity and
science, bitch. How's that work?
Dude, like but that's the thing. They like see, gotcha. Like it's like no, that makes no. You don't understand what you're talking about.
He's like all those research papers with analytical thinking and peer review. Well, guess what? This man this book that only a dude wrote in like a fucking half a year while on mushrooms makes more sense than that fucking research
And then
paper.
it sucks because like Kevin Sorbo then reveals that not only is he an incompetent teacher because he can't debate a freshman classmate, like college grad, like a freshman, not graduate, but like college freshman coming in, he can't debate one of the a guy who like literally just came out of high school and probably doesn't know dick about anything like most high schoolers do.
Hey, but he knows the Bible.
But is like, by the way, my son died, and that's why I hate Jesus. Like, why would God do that? And then he gets hit by a car.
The teacher?
Yeah. So if there's a theme to this movie, and it is this: if you don't like God, like
fuck you.
God doesn't leave you alone. He fucks with you constantly. Like he doesn't. It's not like, oh, you lived your life and you died, and you're like, sorry, you didn't accept Jesus, so you go to hell. It's like, no, while you're alive, also, like I'm gonna just fucking throw rocks at you.
I'm gonna piss on your parade.
Yeah, like literally.
That's fucking hilarious.
So then he gets hit by a car, and then that fucking smug kid comes up to me. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll pray for you, and then you're gonna die, and you're gonna die for sure." And like literally, he goes from like a mild mannered, like cocky, like teacher to like just a total wreck after he loses that debate with the student. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like his girlfriend leaves him.
Starts shooting up heroin and
like
shit.
He's like, yeah, he's pompous and stuff like that. That's a big trope in 80s movies to be like the pompous teacher and stuff like that. And then like you get one up by like your clever student.
Yeah.
And then like you go all like, oh, nothing makes sense. The fraternity is at it again. But yeah. And then that fucker from Duck Dynasty goes on stage, right?
What?
There's like
wait, hold up. Duck Dynasty's in
okay,
here?
so this is
you can't just bring that up out of nowhere.
So one of the dudes from Duck Dynasty, probably the smart one, the one actually invented the whistles. So he's in the movie, and they're having a concert for that band.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, all PR.
Tying it all together.
Yeah, tying it all together.
I like where this is going.
And then all the people that are in the movie that are faithless or believe in faith come to the concert because they have faith. Now they all love God, and they come to that concert.
And they're gonna LARP for God.
And this is why it's called God's Not Dead.
Okay.
This is also, like I said, dude. When it comes to PR, these fools are good. I would have wrote this. I would have for sure wrote this.
Hell yeah.
So we know what's better than a movie.
Money.
No, a movie that interacts with the audience.
There we go. Then you get the money.
Like think about like Scrooge with Bill Murray. At the end of the movie, he starts singing "Put a Little Love in Your Heart," and he actually starts talking to the audience.
Oh
like,
shit!
Yeah, come on, like sing, like dude, that connects with you outside of like the story you're listening at. So what the God is Not Dead does too is at the end of the movie he comes out on stage as like, I don't know, I guess like he's emceeing the bands, I guess he's like introducing them or something like that.
Yeah,
like it's it's fucking Live Aid or something like that. Like he's like, oh yeah, I introduced the bands that come up and then tell you about my duck whistles or whatever. But he's like he's like, hey guys, do me a big favor and text "God's Not Dead" to your loved one, right? So you're supposed to do what because everyone in the audience does it.
Yeah.
And then they all like, oh, like all their phones light up, like, yay, everyone loves us and cares about us, and we love Jesus. And then you're supposed to do it as a movie watcher.
Yeah. Did you do it?
No, my fucking aunt did it to me.
She cares about you, bro.
She was like, oh, I really, because she knows I don't really give a fuck about any of that stuff.
Yeah. And
she's like, I don't. Yeah, I talk shit on it, but I also talk shit on people who swear they atheists who think they know everything.
Yeah.
When the whole point of atheism, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's like being agnostic is really atheism. Like you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying. I surrender. I'm not that smart.
Yeah.
I'm a peon.
Yeah, I'm very limited.
I have to like go to work and feed myself. Yeah. I don't have time
we barely figured out the wheel. You think we're gonna know what the fuck God is?
I don't have time to think about like what happens to me after I go.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
Fuck that
I got
noise.
shit to do.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna shoot people out of my UPS truck.
Yeah. See, he had the right idea. But yeah, she was like, and then I didn't text her back.
Oh no.
So she's like, oh, so, and then she asked me, did you get my text message? And I was like, yeah, you got a family gathering. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that movie's terrible.
You're going to hell, Art.
Yeah.
You're damned for eternity.
Like, and then she asked me why. And I was like, because it's completely inaccurate, and it's all just like, it's just like, it's all one-sided, like strawman arguments for the movie. And then also it just like, it does like it's like Ayn Rand novels where it demonizes all the antagonists are all demonized. Like they're ugly, they're overweight. Like if you read like Atlas Shrugged, like the guy that invents the steel for the tungsten steel for like that makes the rails, because the whole movie's basically it's too expensive to fly.
Okay.
So this dude's like cheap, durable steel is like saving the country for transportation and travel. But then bureaucracy wants to fucking like get their hands in it, and they want him to like sell it for way higher price so they can get some stuff out of it. And he's like, no, fuck that. And they try to sabotage him. The whole thing is about free market, private enterprise, and like keeping bureaucracy and the government out of it.
And where's God?
In Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, in Atlas.
So it's like Ayn Rand. But I'm saying, no, they do a similar thing where if you read the book, the guy that owns that thing, he's a handsome, benevolent, smart
Uberman, right?
guy. Yeah, Ubermensch. Like he's
Ubermensch.
Ubermensch. And then everyone else, like it works for like the government, is like described as ugly, cowardly, weak, like disgusting.
Like Joe Biden and Trump, right?
No, but imagine if Trump was like had a 6-pack and had a full head of hair and was like articulate and like had great health.
Why would he be the 6-pack?
And then
guy?
was also like a big like he's like a philanthropist. He donates.
Oh, if
money.
he was like the good guy.
He gives entrepreneurs like all this like like if he was they make.
But I'm saying because he's part of the bureaucracy.
Yeah, and everyone too, like the whole like who is John Galt bullshit. Like all the other people that run away to start their own like enclave society of like wealthy, smart, handsome, well-to-do people.
Damn, Iran sounds like she wanted to do romance novels instead.
No, that's the thing. She's like she romanticizes all like the capitalists.
Oh, okay. Oh, she has the hots for the
There's
capitalists.
no ugly capitalists or weak. They're all chiseled jawed. Yeah, they have great genetics. They're never none of them are fat. None of them are like like. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't read her shit, man.
The Fountainhead's pretty good.
I'm not into it. She irritates me. But anyways, back to the Duck Dynasty guy.
Yeah.
What does he do at the end, or what happens at the end?
He's the one that sends a text message. Hey, everyone, send a text message out to your friends. Like, yeah, and he's like,
and does he end it? Does he end it with Roll Tide at the end of that?
Roll Tide, Alabama.
God's not there. Roll Tide.
No. I think his name is Cy, right?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. My parents love that show.
I don't watch Duck Dynasty.
My dad grew up on like east side of Stockton.
Okay.
My dad likes Okies.
Oh, I was about to say Okieville, right?
Yeah,
no sidewalks.
My dad loves hick white people.
Hell
he finds them as my dad's not white.
Yeah, no shit.
He thinks they're entertaining as shit.
They are. You work with a couple white people in construction.
He adores them.
You'll have
like,
fun time.
He adores. He just thinks that like he's like, man, these people are a trip.
But how's that movie end? It just ends with them texting everybody?
Yeah.
Wow, fuck.
And then the kid like is like it's like a montage of him like, yeah.
Oh, then what happens to the teacher? He's
like, dead. He's fucking dead. He got hit by a car. He's killed.
Oh, I thought he like got hit.
Yeah, they kill Hercules, dude.
Oh my god.
If you want, okay, that's the most unbelievable part is that they kill off Kevin Sorbo.
God damn.
And then there's 3 more of those movies.
God damn. Oh, is there?
Melissa Joan Hart is like I think in the last one.
It's a fucking franchise.
Yeah. Pure Flix.
Damn. Pure Flix.
Pure Flix, not Netflix. Pure Flix.
Get it while it's hot.
Yeah.
So talking about movies, is there any movies coming up that you're excited about? AKA any new trailers that you've seen, Art, that we should probably talk about for the third fucking time?
Yeah. Dune is finally coming out.
Trailer
came out. Pink Floyd song in the trailer.
There you go.
Yeah, all-star cast.
Batista
as the Harkonnens, as one of the Harkonnens. Baron
excited.
Vladimir Harkonnen, I think is, what's his name? Skarsgård. He's
the It guy.
That's his dad.
Oh,
the guy who plays It, his dad is the Baron Harkonnen. He's the main bad guy.
Oh wow, what a reveal!
Yeah. Who else is in it? Oscar Isaac will be playing Atreides, the Leto Atreides. I think it's not Leto Atreides. Paul Atreides' his son, and he's the main character. And Oscar Isaac plays his dad. I want to say it's Leo, but it's not. I don't think it is Leo Atreides. I can't. For some reason, his name is slipping my mind right now. But Duncan Idaho will be played by Aquaman. Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Love that guy.
Yeah, the girl that plays the new Mary Jane Spider-Man. I can't think of her name, but she will be the new like Freeman that he falls in love with.
Okay. Yeah, she's very beautiful.
Freeman are basically the people that are the natives of the planet. They live and poverty, and they hoard water because the whole planet is just a desert.
How many Dune books are there? There's a lot,
Children
right?
of Dune is after Dune.
I watched like a 2-hour long fucking lore video about that shit, and it got so fucking insane that I was just thinking in my head, like, you would have to have like fucking 15 books to do all the shit that they told me about Dune in that fucking video.
The Children of Dune, which came on the Sci-Fi Channel, that was like a long-running series, and it's about.
It had a series?
Yeah.
What?
It's the kids of Paul.
What?
Yeah, and it has to do with his sister and his mother.
Spoiler alert.
His sister and his mother like take over the planet, basically.
Okay.
His sister's who I have tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, that's a sick tattoo.
Yeah.
For all you watching the video podcast, it's fucking y'all seeing how intense that tattoo is.
When we come up with somehow like cognitive like video memory feedback.
I got the chip from Tesla implanted in my brain. Everybody.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Harkonnen. Wait, is that how that works?
No, the Harkonnens are like all industrial. They poison their own people. They're described as having like sores on their bodies.
Yeah, and then they shun technology. So I would be like,
no, yeah, the entire empire of man shuns technology. Ooh. I mean, they use it. They shun AI. That's what. Do you
think? But do you think that there's a girl out there that's listening to like techno music secretly, and then her professor in university is trying to save her from that?
It's because if you can make it by. Like, if man can make it, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, basically, because there's no computers anymore, there's Mentax. And what they are is people are raised to be computers.
Oh, yeah, computers, yeah.
And the whole point of the movie is they use spice, which is only found on Dune, a.k.a. Arrakis.
Arrakis, and the spice is
called... So that's why that planet is so important.
What's the spice called again?
The spice melange.
Spice melange. I actually hella like that name.
Yeah, and basically what happens is their family inherits it. But what's fucked up is that the Emperor of Man makes a deal with the Harkonnens because the Spacing Guild, which is also a big thing, and the Bene Gesserit needed like be in control of that.
Yeah.
And they see because basically they also have like precogs who can like predict stuff.
And they need the spice to be able to see that shit, right?
If the Atreides take that planet, like they could like something bad will happen to like the natural order of things.
Okay.
And it's kind of similar to like the Foundation. The Foundation is what Dune is based off of.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
The Apple TV.
You got me hyped on that. The Foundation.
Dune is so the Foundation is basically what happens after Dune, but it's not the same writer or anything like that. It's it's not Frank Herbert. Basically it's the guy came up with the premises of like what happens to like a galactic civilization when it has its like fall of Rome.
Yeah.
Like what happens on a galactic scale when you know?
Isn't that what's going on in Warhammer 40K right now?
No, it's the opposite.
The Imperium of Man. I thought Imperium of Man was.
They all got upgraded.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was
the Codex.
Let's segue to that because that's another sci-fi franchise. But like, they all same. They all what's cool about them, they all have a similar premise that. We've already like right now our big thing is about like would be cool if we could get to other planets. Like we've done that already.
Yeah, and
all like these like the Foundation, Dune, Warhammer 40K. Like we've already conquered the galaxy.
Yeah,
we've conquered multiple galaxies.
Yeah,
and now it's like almost like its own like not cosmic horror, but it's almost like that. Like imagine like the Earth falling into disarray.
Yeah.
That's like an apocalyptic movie. Like imagine like billions of Earths falling into disarray.
That's what I like
at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I like about Warhammer. It's just non-stop monotonous
and that's what it
chaos.
And we're so and then the galaxies and the universe is so big that you're so separated. Some planets don't even know that they're in a civil war or or like their supply lines are about to get cut off from a certain planet and stuff like that, and it's. Or that they're about to get invaded by alien, and that there's no one coming to help them because it's all in disarray. It's all everyone for themselves.
It's like lightweight universal bondage, kind of. It's kind of hot if you were to think about it.
And it also helps you like sympathize with people who fall to chaos because chaos is bad in the Warhammer universe. But it also helps you sympathize and also can see that the guys, the elite soldiers of mankind aren't always have. Humanity, they'll do anything to keep humanity alive.
Yeah, going.
And that means like triaging entire civilizations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just to keep
But talking about civil wars and crazy shit like that, what's your thought on Raised by Wolves?
Love it.
Yeah,
I think it's something that like I liked a lot of Outer Limits growing up.
Outer Limits, what was that?
Outer Limits was a show where it's like Twilight Zone, where they would do short stories in a 1 hour, 30-minute
Outer
thing.
Limits. That sounds familiar.
It's like Twilight Zone. They would just give you a story with a parable with it, like a moral at the end too, and it was a sci-fi based stuff. Like one was like kind of like Moon, where he finds out he's a clone, and just decides that I'm gonna keep basically he's going into deep space.
Okay.
And just realize that he can't stop. Basically, what he does, he buds like a starfish.
Oh, okay.
So he gets pulled apart, and then another one gets made.
Oh shit!
But then he realizes that instead of trying to return to Earth and explain to his wife what's happening, he realizes that if I keep doing this, then I'll complete my mission.
Okay.
Like even if I die, there'll be another one of me to complete it.
Keep
and
going.
then when he gets older, he can bud again, and basically he sees it as like a blessing in disguise.
Fucking weird, but yeah.
Yeah, or like there's
is there an episode where a dude grows a face on the back of his head?
Maybe. There's a lot of weird episodes. That's what I liked about. But like we're raised by like a lot of new sci-fi shows are like that with a budget now. Like what it does with its budget is pretty good. And it keeps you every episode keeps you entertained for the next one.
Yeah.
The whole point of it though is, if anyone hasn't watched it, the first episode is for free on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can get hooked up on that, and then you can get on your bootleg Fire Sticks. And
the fucking saga, fucking bootleg.
Well, I do have HBO Max for free now because I just redid my.
Okay.
So I can watch it now on my phone.
You're starting to become human again, Art.
I mean, yeah. But no.
You're not allowing your cardinal desire.
I was raised on stolen cable.
You were raised by wolves.
Continue with me.
That's the heritage you gained from your family.
But it just basically what Raised by Wolves is Earth falls into a huge civil war calamity between religious and atheists.
Yeah.
And they dip to Kepler, the only sustainable planet, but it's also low key radioactive, so it's not really safe. And what happens was the atheists. Well, I don't want to give a lot.
Yeah,
away,
I haven't. I gotta.
Supposedly the atheists send 2 androids to raise children.
Okay.
Because it's quicker for them to do it that way. Set them as fetus and have them raise them as kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they're raised by artificial intelligence.
All right.
And versus being raised by organic,
Okay.
But there's a really cool in that scene that first she literally. The female android literally she grows them on the side of her in stasis tubes.
Yeah.
And then raises them if they're her babies.
Yeah.
And then one by one they die off.
Yeah, shit gets rough
until one is left alive.
Yeah. But so let's get away from that because I feel like we're starting to get close to the episodes that I'm on.
Okay. Trailers we were talking about was did we get
Dune, and then there was the other one that you were talking about. What's the other trailer you were talking about?
Well, we're talking about Batman, but I don't know if did that make it the episode.
That made it in the episode.
Okay,
yeah.
So then
that's a good episode.
Yeah. So Raised by Wolves, Dune, really looking forward to, and we did Sandman, right?
No. I think we talked about Yeah, we did. We talked about Sandman already.
Okay. And then finally there would be Mandalorian.
We talked about that too, man. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's get away from the trailers. I guess.
Fuck it then.
We're starting to rehash the old shit.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it might be time for ads.
All right,
let's do some ads.
Mm-hmm.
So the first ad we got. Let me look through my paperwork. The first ad we got. Oh, right here. It's we're sponsored today by PureFlix.
God, no.
When in doubt, shout it out.
When in doubt, whip it out. And
no, don't do that. You'll get canceled. But
time out your fades.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whip out the crucifix. But yeah, the promo code for the PureFlix fucking whatever bondage film that we're promoting today is gonna be.
It's all just Veggie Tales.
It's gonna be
and Hallmark.
It's gonna
shows.
be a Bond Cucumber. So you type in Bond Cucumber and you'll get a discount on all the bondage flicks in PureFlix.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the other ad we got? Art, you got any ads?
PC Flicks.
PC Flicks. All right, yeah.
Where It's movies edited to PC fashion.
Okay. So all the guns are replaced by walkie-talkies?
Yeah, like Ten Commandments is not white actors.
Oh, all Middle Eastern?
Actual Middle Eastern and black people.
Progressive.
Because Cleopatra definitely wasn't fucking... I can't remember who played her in that movie. She wasn't fucking pale, fucking white no. Brunette.
She was probably short, brown, and beautiful lady.
She definitely was short. People were not as tall as we are.
We said that last time, right? Yeah. That people were shorter back in the day.
People were way shorter, and they lived only to 40.
Only to 40?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 35.
No, 40.
God damn, 40's old.
Yeah, 40 you're just like...
for then, yeah, like for those times.
Like my back breaking labor. And,
yeah,
like
you're fucking
therapy.
You're doing pyramids and shit, and you get it to 40, man. You'd be feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Like you're like popping kids out by 12.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah. God damn.
All enough to bleed, almost to breathe. That's how it was back
then. Back then, yes. Let's clarify.
And then like your sister would get like your like sister like we get fucking sold off.
Yeah, like, to some Mongols or something.
Yeah, like you're like, okay, you would have like 10 kids so that you can work them. Like 5 of them would die to diseases and accidents, and then the other 3 would one would inherit like whatever that family did, like herd goats or like farm, and then the other 2 would be like sold off or traded like commodities.
Yeah. To
other families, like I'll trade you.
That's how the Romans did it with the Gauls.
Yeah, like hey, my daughter would make a good footstool. Like take her. And like, it's not like they could read or write back then. Like it was like a luxury.
Dude, yes.
So you just be like, "Done footstool," and you're like, "Yeah, come over here." I'm like, "All right." You know what today is?
Nah.
What are days like? You know? Like,
yeah. What is a day?
Like, okay, shut up. Come over here. Put my feet on you real quick.
That's fucking gold. Yeah, dude.
Yes,
it's me lord. It's intense to think about that. Yeah, people need to learn how to read and write.
They're serfs.
Yeah.
Serfs were like the original like.
God, we've only been on this planet for such a little time, and me and you are doing this fucking podcast off of these fucking magic things and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where we just barely learn how to read and write.
Yeah, it's like the Star Wars rant. Like technology, the pace of technology advancement is like crazy compared to like before the Industrial Revolution. You know.
Yeah, man. World War I really changed everything. Like. Really fucking
people wrote these amazing books like the Bible that didn't know anything that was like 20 miles past where they were born.
Yeah,
like,
man. And we got to listen to them and be like, yeah, they were right.
They didn't know about penguins or nothing.
They didn't know about machine guns and mowing down fucking
I did like the one religious movie I really fucking did like was Noah. Oh, sorry. Did you watch that one?
No.
Aronofsky movie?
No.
Really fucking good. And pissed a fuckload of like Christians off.
Really? Is that the one where he makes Noah gay or some shit like that?
No. But what happens is like they show like evolution.
Oh, okay.
But it also shows basically like mankind starting over multiple times before that.
Yeah. See, that's something I believe. I believe that this isn't the first time we've ever gotten
basically these
this advanced.
These monsters that used to be fallen angels that helped Noah and actually build his ark for him.
Oh God.
Like in Christianity, like he was taught through like basically God downloaded the blueprints in his mind.
Matrix.
But in this movie, it shows like he was helped by these divine creatures who've fallen, and they build and make this giant because they're big rock monsters.
Rock monster.
And they're like and they build it for him, and then they defend his family as they try to flee from all the people because they're gonna flood the planet this time.
Yeah.
So last time it was burnt by fire. They're gonna flood the planet, and it's pretty like depicted pretty gnarly too. And then it also involves a lot more of his family because in a lot of these Bible movies, these Bible verses, it's one man, his family is always baggage, but you never hear about like there's like with the Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah,
Lot basically like gets his daughters and his wife, and it's like, yo, we're fucking leaving.
Yeah,
and
then like get hairy.
And then like his wife. Because she's a woman and this Bible's super misogynistic.
Okay,
like she hears like the town that they're fleeing is like she hears all this like commotion and chaos and like despair.
Yeah.
And so in the Bible they are like, oh, she's a fucking sadist and she wants to see it happen. She wants to enjoy like her town burning down.
Yeah.
So she turns around, turns to a fucking pillar of salt.
Oof.
and then like
she got salty real quick.
Yeah, it's like they punish her for being wicked, and then like her Lot and her daughters can't even like they can't look back and mourn her, or they'll turn into. And then like literally he bangs his daughters to start a new tribe.
Oh god,
in Genesis, like it's so fucking gross.
Yeah, that's the Bible, everybody.
I just what's funny too is like
remember
talking about it because like
God's not dead, dude.
Yeah. Someone talks about like how the angels disguise themselves as people to go visit them in Sodom, where everyone's just like it's a giant fuck party all the time.
Yeah.
But no one ever like explains how like Sodom and his daughters, who are supposedly virgins, and his wife never like how they're just like dodging that gauntlet of fuck every day. Like if everyone's just fucking all the time, like in your hometown, and you're like going out and do errands, how do you not get swept up in this orgy of like fucking?
Yeah, you'd be fucking, bro.
Exactly.
You'd be getting fucked and you'd be fucking.
They're like somehow they're not banging, like too. Like get the fuck out of here with that.
That is very true.
Like you like just imagine going to the post office, there's like a fucking gangbang going on, and then someone just grabs you and like starts fucking freaking you. Like because that's what they make it. That's what they make it seem like.
Art's motioning towards me, and the way he looked at me.
It's like everyone is just grabbing dicks and ass and pussy all day long.
It's very menacing.
Yeah, like they don't wear clothes.
Oh yeah, and then STDs.
They're all just about hedonism.
Yeah, and STDs didn't exist back then, right?
Yeah, how did that not exist back then?
It
for sure did.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you don't think they were invented in the...
It for sure happened back then.
Oh, God. So everyone's just herped out. Chlamydia everywhere.
I can't imagine fucking, like, ancient pussy.
The smell?
Ancient pussy and dick must be the most rankest fucking shit. They don't bathe. They bathe, like, once a year back then.
Oh, man.
There's no trimming whatsoever. There's no scaping of, like, your shit. Oh, it must smell so fucking rank.
Some people are into that, though.
Oral sex is for sure a no-go on that.
Oh, man.
It's just like they're stuffing, chicks are just stuffing freaking dirty rags if they're fucking cute to stop their menstruation, and dudes are just like fucking, their dicks are just fucking sweaty from shit.
Just rubbing their dicks in dirt and shit.
It's fucking gross. Fucking sickos.
It's kind of hot, bro.
Definitely not. People were for sure having, like, everyone just had cold sores back then.
Oh, God.
You know?
That was a given.
Yeah. Jeez. There was no like the idea of soap, like is like
wasn't invented yet, right?
Yeah, no, it literally was like for like the royals only.
Oh man,
or upper class. It was considered like ritualistic. Like that's how come the typhoid was defeated because and there was opposition to that too. Like a lot of people like get on like the maskers, the anti-maskers, who's like I'm not wearing a mask because it doesn't 100% prove that it can like stop the flu, and the flu is made up anyways, and it's like there were people like that back then during typhoid where there's descriptions of people who are like tearing down wash your hand signs because like they didn't believe that it was true.
Oh, that's so terrifying.
There's this chick Typhoid Mary who they traced the fucking shit back to.
Ugh.
And she was a cook.
Oh,
and
God.
she would basically not wash her hands and cook for people, and they would get sick.
Fuck.
And she was like a carrier. And basically what they did is they locked her up and said, you can like we're not gonna let you go unless you agree never to cook again. For profession. She's like, fine. Finally, if you let me go, I will never do it again. Guess what? This dirty bitch did.
Did it? Yeah.
Fucking did it again. Fucking. She like they busted
human.
Her. And like all she had to do is they're like literally all you had to do is wash up with soap.
Yeah.
And she was this fucking dirty Irish bitch. She was just like, I'm not gonna fucking wash anymore.
Yeah. She's like, I'm already 39.
Like I'm almost on death's door. Like what should I fucking wash?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who would protest like.
That reminds me of surgeons.
Like bars of soap didn't do shit, and it was just a ploy to sell useless.
Yeah. During that time, I'm pretty sure it was that disease, typhoid or whatever, that surgeons. If you told them, like, oh, you're causing pregnant women's deaths because you're not washing your hands from each pregnancy, they would get offended. And they'd be like, how dare you say that I need to wash my hands? I'm a fucking surgeon.
Yeah,
I don't need to do that shit. I know what I'm doing.
How many people have you fucking sawed legs off of?
Yeah, how many people have you killed with your germs?
How many people have you bled out to cure a fever?
Yeah, how many blood ghosts have you exorcised, huh, sir?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so people who don't want to wear masks, and people who judge them, just remember that's just human nature.
You know what it is? People that don't like the people who are just like
all of us. We're all fucking
like,
morons.
Seriously, like think of it this way: the Japanese do it out of politeness way before there's a pandemic. They literally are just like, look, if I feel a little ill, I wear a mask so I don't cough on people.
Yeah.
You know? But literally, like, I can understand, like, someone, I forgot my mask. It's a pain in the butt, whatever, I got my car. It's a fucking cloth mask. Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a fucking deal to put one on.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't get these people who are like, I fucking love my country. I'm a patriot. I do whatever. And they're like, okay, put a fucking mask on. No, man, because then you're just a fucking sheep. I'm like, but yeah, it's literally like doing less than nothing. Which supposed, like, the people that love that love claiming they're patriots, that's what they do. They do less than nothing.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Yep.
Except buy American fucking shit that's not American. They just buy it. They buy, like, fucking clothes that have, like, the American flag on it, but they're made in China.
Yeah.
Which is also, like, which is so funny because, like, then they'll play stuff like they'll play Jimi Hendrix Star Spangled Banner, which they don't understand that
it's
was,
a protest
like,
song.
Yeah, it's a protest song, and was super frowned upon by fucking normie fucking people like you.
Yeah.
And then the idea of wearing, like, the American flag as a shirt was also protest too, and was counterculture, and was also frowned on by normies like you. But like I said, the goalposts always fucking move.
It's a pendulum. It always,
you know, like we were talking about last time, how, like, people who, like, let their kids dye their hair now and get faux hawks, like, when they grew up, like, in the 80s, they would have kicked their children's asses for that.
Yeah.
That's, like, they would have called them a freak. They would have picked on them. They would have fucking beat the shit out of them. And now that they're parents and their kids, now that it's, like, you know, like, commonplace, like, oh, my kid's just being unique. He's just being, you know, like, you know, my daughter, she has pink hair. What a free spirit. And it's like, no, back then you would have called her a whore.
Yeah,
when you were
definitely.
If you would have saw her in high school, you would have been like, oh my God, look at that fucking freak whore.
Yeah. For me, it makes sense. It all makes sense. Like, the not trying to wear a mask and trying to be radical with the passe counterculture aesthetic, because America was founded on liberty. Give me liberty or give me death, you know? So when I saw that COVID was coming to the States and shit, I was, like, thinking in my head, like, this is going to be bad because no one's going to follow what the government tells them to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody believes that, like, oh, yeah, I got to die on that hill.
It's not like the government's never lied before.
Yeah.
But like, literally when, like, yeah, it's hit and miss and stuff does change. You should keep up on it. But literally, like, wearing a cloth mask is, like, less than fucking nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, it's literally like, well, I don't want it. Like, I don't want to live in communist China where the government tells me what to do. And it's like, dude, they're not asking you to fucking, like, be part of a labor project.
Yeah. Or they're not welding you into your fucking house to die.
Or, like, putting, like, a government, like, they're not, like, locking it on your neck and, like, you're wearing this now forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, it's just.
Your fellow American
is
asking you.
Courtesy.
Yeah, your fellow American is asking you to please wear a mask.
And then they'll be like, well, I went on YouTube and I fucking found this dude who said that.
But where are your sources? Have you cross-referenced it?
Yeah, this lady who's a doctor but also fucking believes that fucking, like, you can cure illnesses by praying.
Yeah, that doesn't
told
work.
Me that it's only 0.03%. You know, I was like, yeah, well, maybe you should fucking check with other people and maybe it's not just look, because that's what it is. People don't have time to actually do research. I get that. That's the point of government. The point of government is that I don't have fucking time to go and fix a fucking road myself. I don't have fucking time to go to a fucking Senate meeting and debate over why my taxes should go here versus there, and then why certain people should get a higher percentage because they fucked up last time or they did a good job, so now they should get a little more for that. I don't have time for that. That's what government's supposed to do.
Yeah, represent you.
And anyone that says, like, oh, I want smaller government
is a fucking idiot.
Is saying, I want to, you know, I don't have a job. I'm going to go, you know, like, sit on this. I don't want that. I need someone to represent me.
Yeah. And
just do a good job. And if they do a bad job, then to either apologize for doing a bad job or rectify that job.
Yeah, fix it.
You know? But I'm not going to fucking city hall meetings and then or being like a co-chair on a fucking like council to like, no, fuck that. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we pay tax. Everyone just wants their taxes to go, and they hope that their taxes go for utilities and good stuff for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And then anyone that is the opposite and just want, like I said, the a la carte taxation system, which is fucking retarded, where I'm only going to pay taxes on things I choose. Nothing would get fucking done.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing would get, everything be underfunded. I'll tell you right now, we going to pay taxes on this year's skate parks? Oh, okay, cool. And what about skate parks, clean water, and roads?
And more skate
Everything
parks.
Else, fuck it.
Yeah. No hospitals, no schools.
Fuck everything else.
Yeah.
You know, private and then anyone's like, well, let the private market take care of it.
That's worse.
Okay. Yeah, they've never heard the Gilded Age when the fucking like Vanderbilts and the Vanderbilts and Rockefellers are now looked at as like these like fucking pioneer industrialists of America who like built this country. Yeah, they fucking like killed people.
Yeah,
they murdered people in droves because they couldn't. They would like basically like build towns, and they'd be labor camps.
Yep, pretty much.
Everything you bought was owned by the company that you worked for, and you just worked into debt, so you became indentured servitudes.
Yep. Yeah. That's what they're doing with the prison systems.
Yeah. And it became just another like, you know, like 13th Amendment violation where it just became indentured servitude because you basically worked in a town that was built by a corporation. You could only buy from the corporation, and they would jack the prices up, so you would always be in debt to the corporation.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's what we're like. You want?
Yeah,
private enterprises is coming here with no regulations whatsoever.
And that's what Trump is all about. And
that's the dumbest thing ever.
I don't understand why Middle America doesn't see that.
Like I understand
that's what
like
Trump is all about.
I understand like the fucking like the like you know overregulation, how it's wasteful and it and like you basically add fat to where it doesn't need to be.
Also, you can destroy the environment that way too.
But you know, like you need to find a happy medium because the other side of the pendulum isn't fucking great either.
Yeah, man, it's everything's a fucking balance, and that's what people don't realize. Everyone thinks it's black and white, and it's not. It's more of a gray.
Because everyone wants a simple answer and a simple fucking fix, and anyone that wants a simple answer and a simple fix is not an adult.
No. They're also very short-sighted.
Yes, exactly.
They don't understand that shit.
They don't understand
years.
nuance. They understand fucking like things that are maybe outside of your peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that thinks a simple answer is always the solution. I'm sorry, I don't care how old you're not an adult. You do not have the thinking capacity of an adult.
Yeah, you don't understand the value of $1.
Anyone that's like, well, if we just did this on this show, or the opposite, like the Antifa dudes who think that if we just defund the police completely, then we run the city voluntarily.
Hell no.
No, fuck no.
There's so many subversive groups that are just waiting for the cops to disappear to just start enslaving people and just start destroying shit just to do it.
Well, not just that. There's, like I said, there's the devil's in details. Yeah, if there's no cops, then my fucking my underground enterprise can flourish.
Yeah.
And I can come as a disguise of like freedom and anti-oppression, but really, I'm just waiting so there's no law in order so I can do some shady shit.
Yeah, definitely.
And get away with it, you know.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do some shady shit. And those damn coppers keep stopping me, damn it. I'm joking. That's a joke. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
I'm going to steal all the tags. Steal all the tags in my neighborhood. They'll be on eBay.
There you go. I'm trying to get multiple illegal fire sticks running in all the rooms.
Fire stick with your tags. Bootleg fire stick with every tag, with every 2021 tag you buy off me.
Yeah, that's why we're supporting Antifa to the fullest. Joking, it's a joke.
Anti-fascists that use fascist tactics, I just don't get.
Yeah, I understand it. It's Machiavellian. Like if you fight monsters, you have to act like a monster. You know.
Okay, yeah, but
I get that. But the concept of Antifa being a group, that's what boggles my mind. Because it's not, Antifa shouldn't be a group. It should be more of an ideology.
Yeah.
So you should be spraying manifestos, you should be spraying literature, and not grouping up and not organizing yourself under a moniker that's Antifa. You should probably make a new name for your group, but don't be calling yourself anti-fascist, because that's not, you're grouping up. That's what a fascist organization is.
Whatever your sect believes in doesn't mean that the next town over it.
Yeah,
it's like that's the one thing we talked about where people who think like there's people who actively believe that we should have another civil war.
That's fucking ridiculous.
There's the same people that watched The Purge and thought that was a good idea.
No.
That there's these breed of people out there, and we've all met them.
Yeah.
And talked to them, and like I said, they're the same type of people that believe a simple solution is always the best course.
Yeah. Like violence won't beget violence. Haven't you ever heard of that?
Yeah, like they were like there's people out there that are willing to kill and massacre entire populations so that their cell phones can be cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Anytime I think of those kinds of people, I always like to reference to them like look at Mexico and look at the Middle East.
Yeah. Then they'll always say that like, well, see, you want our country to be like that? I'm like, you don't understand. That country is like that because of us.
Yeah.
Because we meddled in other people's affairs and did something so that we could get control of a certain resource or product, and that is why they're in disarray.
Yeah, and we devalued their economy, so then they would want and hope to be able to tap into our economy.
Yeah.
So they don't give a fuck about their communities because they always just think that I can just always go to America.
Yeah.
Or I can always just get the dollar.
Like
you know?
like the like people who like hold like Reagan at high esteem when he was like running Contra at the same time.
Man, I know.
While his wife was like.
My mom and my dad are those people. They're always like, "Well, thank Reagan. If it wasn't for Reagan, we wouldn't be in this country." And I'm like, that doesn't justify all the horrible shit that he did. Yeah. Also, you're in this country because he glorified the war on drugs, and that made you leave your fucking country. Yeah. Like, how do you not understand
that? The CIA and Contra, like the Contra wars and stuff like that, are completely. Yeah.
And it's insane to think that used to be a conspiracy theory, and now it's actual fact.
Well, that's the thing. I was talking to someone about that. It's really a conspiracy. And I was like, everything gets declassified eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
And the reason why it gets is because two reasons. One, they're already out of power and they're near death, and it doesn't matter anyways. They got away with it.
Yeah, you can't.
Reagan got away with it. Like, why would he care? Yep. And secondly, the next government that comes in, or next people that come into power, use that to boast themselves. Like, see this old corrupt fucking leader that did this thing,
and they use it.
We're not like that anymore.
They use it as a blanket to cover up all their shit. So people are still focused on 20-year-old news while the current shit is still running and funneling fucking insane shit.
It's the old rope-a-dope move in politics.
Look over here.
Look over here.
Look over here.
Don't. Or like, look how this guy. I was like, yeah, well, that guy didn't have fucking an iPhone.
Yeah, or dude, you know, talking about that rope-a-dope shit. Fucking, I remember when I was young, man. I was probably like in middle school. I would randomly watch C-SPAN. And I would just randomly watch like news channels and shit. And I would be listening to what the fucking politicians were talking about, and I'd always think in my head like, all they're saying and all they're doing is kicking a can further down the road.
Yeah,
that's all they're fucking doing. Because I would hear them talk about like, oh yeah, and we're gonna pass this law that is gonna prohibit this and that, but the effects of it won't be felt to 2018, 2017. And it was like, you know, I was young. It was probably like 2001, 2002, you know, watching that shit at like 12, being 12 and 11 years old. And even at 12 and 11 years old, I was just thinking in my head, like, that's not that far off.
Yeah.
That's really not that far off. And they were all
old.
It's
a drop in the bucket to them.
Because they were all, and every time there would be somebody talking about that shit, they'd be old as fuck. And they'd be like, it doesn't matter. It won't be, you know, the effects of this environmental thing won't be felt till 2020.
Yeah.
And then now it's 2020, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I really wish 2012 happened, man.
Bring your ass with me.
Yeah, dude, because it's just like, that's all it was. It was just kicking the can down the fucking road. And what's sad, too,
like I said, like people are now, the new idea now is like, well, we need to like make our own enclaves and communities now.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Separate ourselves from the other. And it's like, no, that is the opposite of what we need to do. Like, we need to not annex ourselves off from each other, like community wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we need to come together and help out, because that is exactly like I don't get how people act. Like, I've talked to people about it, and they're like, literally, well, I think what needs to happen is just we need to have a big old fight and then figure it out afterwards. So let the dust, let the fucking chips where they fall where they may. And I'm like, no, because you're thinking it's like a movie. You're thinking in like, you've watched too many fucking You've watched too many fucking Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
And you think that like The Patriot is like a fucking like like a fucking historical documentary, and that we'll just fucking finish everything up in a fucking 2.5 hour movie.
No.
And it's like, no,
it's a generational thing.
I was like, dude, look at any other country that's gone through civil unrest. Not only does their currency get devalued and they have to like put their holdings in foreign currency because it's unstable. There's generations of like revenge killing, murder, secularization and stuff like that, where they just don't trust or believe any other group of people. Like, imagine if like Californians didn't trust fucking Nevadans.
Yeah.
For like hundreds of years.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like, don't trust those sneaky fucking, like Organites, because my great grandfather told me one time
they slit like, my grandma's wrist.
Yeah, and they robbed. It won't be like the red states versus the blue states. It's gonna be gang fucking warfare. It's gonna be fucking chaos.
Yep.
It's gonna be fucking. It really is. It's gonna be people, towns, and communities that decide to either hold up and not participate. Usually, like probably, first of all, how it's gonna. It's not gonna work how you think it is. It's not like I said, it's not gonna be red versus blue, conservatives versus Democrats, fucking Proud Boys versus fucking Antifa. It's gonna be who. First of all, the government's gonna fucking squash any fucking rebellion that comes up next to them.
Yeah.
So if you live near any kind of military base, which most people do because National Guard bases are strategically placed all around the fucking United States, you're going to be looked at as a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
So you're either going to be locked up or you're going to fucking go, you're going to fight the fucking, local National Guard until the army gets in.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be folded in and it's going to fall under martial law.
Yeah. And
then you're either going to band together with people who you don't share a common ideology with, so it's going to fall fucking apart real quick, and then you're going to fight the government that's way more heavily organized, has way more resources than you, and has contingency plans that you couldn't even fathom.
Yeah, you can't.
So the best thing you can do is go for topography, and go, okay, I live in an area that's either really dense and they can't really get me, a la Red Dawn, or hide in the mountains and stuff like that. And then what's going to happen is everyone's basically going to start falling in line in the government and see you as radicals.
Yeah.
Radicals that don't want to fucking get back to the way the program is.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look at, so then it's going to be traitors versus fucking
loyalists.
The loyalist insurgents and stuff like that. And yeah, you're just going to, the history will not be kind.
No,
history will not be fucking kind to you, even with the best of intentions. Even if you're fighting this corrupt government that you your police shot your brother and stuff like that for no fucking reason, or you went out peacefully protesting and you happened to be open carrying, and then a cop got scared and fucking shot you. It's not gonna end the way you think. Everyone thinks it's gonna end like some fucking Far Cry game.
Yeah, no.
Where me and my fucking AR are gonna take on fucking drones.
Yeah. Nah, dude.
No.
It's going to be bad. And that's if the National Guard and the government can keep itself together if there's no infighting with them.
Oh, they for sure will.
The horrible case
because
scenario.
That is opportunism at its finest right there for generals.
The worst case scenario is that there's international intervention while all the chaos is happening.
Because
in
they
the
will
States.
use that as a reason.
China sweep in, try to get the West Coast. Mexico.
They will use that. They will use international pushback as a reason why they need to squash it as fast as possible.
Yeah. Europe maybe might mobilize something. Russia might mobilize something.
They will use that to justify the means.
Yeah, and then they definitely
of a quick squash
of America, because everyone's gunning for us, and that's another thing that I don't think people realize, that the international community aren't our friends. They're opportunists, and they're waiting for us to do something stupid like that, so they can just sweep in and start meddling in our affairs.
The way the U.S. military is very unique compared to others because we station all
over
across
the world,
globe, and we do it for stability reasons. But any kind of infighting in home in the States also puts those bases at risk.
Yeah, and it freaks everybody out in the world because Big Daddy fucking USA is having a schizo fucking episode, and everyone's freaked out because we have the gun.
Yeah.
And
then that's what bad actors states will always will justify too. Like, look, these people have fucking uncountable fucking nukes.
Yeah.
And right now they're fighting each other. Yeah. So we need to band together
and stabilize
and maybe take away certain trades that have been going on because they're not trustworthy anymore. Maybe we can't trust their financial institutions anymore. We can't trust that the U.S. dollar is going to be strong after this. So like I said, it's not, it's just, if anyone that thinks it's, like I said, people thinking these weird fucking, they have these, we all do, we have these, fucking fantasies.
I definitely do.
Of, delusions of grandeur, where they're harmless because they're fantasies.
Yeah.
And whatever, but people who literally take them, these are not just fantasies, these are, these are, what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
These are things to come. Because my
Helter Skelter, bro.
Yeah, my fucking faith in this, or my intuition tells me, and I'm betting on it now. I need it to happen.
Yeah,
I want it to happen.
I want it to happen.
This fucking job I work at fucking sucks, and I need my adventure.
Yeah. Manifest.
And it's no. That's what video games are for. They're a simulation.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
Take your time out on that. That's what reading and literature is for. Take your time. That's where you place your energy at. But do not bet on it and think that, well, I've been preparing for this all my life because I go on. I watch a lot of fucking FPF Russia fucking videos, and I clean my gun out all the time and stuff like that, and I go shooting at the range all the time, man. I'm ready. I'm rested. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. But you know what we are really ready for though right now? It's exit fucking commercials, ads. Okay. So we have ads that we have to leave off on, and the first ad we have is gonna be for the Mandalorian second season. It's coming out. We're being promoted by Lucasfilms. We're gonna probably be featured in the new season as stormtroopers.
I was like, we're gonna be at the cantina.
Yeah, or we'll be in the cantina. We might be at cantina. We might be stormtroopers. To figure that out, use the promo code.
Suck this dick.
Suck this dick. Yeah. Dagobah. Suck this Dagobah. So
I like to also shout out sponsor China.
No.
I'm dipping to after the fucking U.S. goes in the Civil War.
Remember, we
teach English.
we support our new overlords, our new Chinese overlords.
I'm gonna go to Taiwan. Fuck China.
Dude,
we'll go where the internet's dope. And
I'm waiting for Taiwan to do some weird shit.
Taiwan has already done weird shit.
Yeah,
they've like Trump got in office. Like they made it. The big thing they made fun of Trump was that the president of Taiwan called him, and Trump, being a fucking, like, oh, somebody wants to talk to me.
Talk to
them and basically acknowledge them as the president of Taiwan.
Oh.
Taiwan does not have a president.
No, it's a state.
They're a rogue state.
Yeah.
A rogue state of China.
Yeah. But so that's it. This was episode 2, hopefully.
We did it.
We hopefully did it. Next episode come out next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Ow.
This was Death by Exile 101 YouTube channel. And leave a comment, subscribe, do all that weird shit. And got anything else to say, Art?
We did it.
All right. Thank you.
Smack them cheeks.